opening statement.
Okay. Well, what a football game, and congratulations to Oklahoma. Just what a great football team and an unbelievable football program. I read the press release and before the game, and just I marvel at the success that the Oklahoma program has had over decades. And I read where they've won 11 Big 12 championships in the last 19 years, and in that same stretch they've only lost 10 home games. That's an incredible statistic to me. And to have a football team, to be a part of a football team, come in here tonight and about pull off a victory against a great football program. I'm just incredibly proud to be a part of this team. I'm proud of our players. It's just a privilege to be a part of a group of people like that care so much about each other and have such a commitment to each other. It's fun to be a part of something like that, and that's what makes it even more disappointing to lose, because our guys fought so hard and gutted it out. I'm sure there were very few people that gave our guys a chance to win. We had a chance to win a football game, and disappointed that we didn't. And I think Kelvin said it so well. Every loss hurts. Every loss is disappointing. And but I know what it would have meant to these guys. It would have been an awesome victory. But credit Oklahoma. They made some great plays, and they've got some unbelievable players. Their quarterback Murray is an amazing player. He made some plays on his feet, with his arm, and we found ourselves out of position a couple times and let him hit some big plays, and big plays really hurt. And that's the story of the game. And but I'll tell you, to have a goal line stop like we did down the 1 yard line, I don't know the last time that's happened to an Oklahoma team. It's maybe it happens more often than I realize, but man, for our guys to make that stop down there was incredible. So I have nothing but respect for our guys and pride for the way we played.
Coach, I don't know if you thought this far ahead during the game, but if, say, you guys were to score there in overtime, were you thinking about maybe going for two, considering how much success you guys had throughout the game in short yardage situations?
We would have gone for two. I think in this environment, and to really be coming from behind the whole game, we had to play catch up and come from behind the entire football game, and even there in overtime, and it gets harder and harder to make those plays, and so we would have given it a whirl.
Coach, you talk about all the offensive talent Oklahoma had, but y'all were able to obviously hold them behind below their scoring average and slow down their offenses. What was the key to that?
Just hold the ball. I think that's our philosophy, is to try to maintain possession of the ball, and we were able to do that and sustain some drives. Unfortunately, we had a couple times there that we had a chance to get some points and didn't. And we would have liked to at the end of the half, first half. We were trying to throw the hitch route over there and step out of bounds. We were going to get a manageable field goal and try to make it 21-17. And we threw it to the inside receiver, and we didn't cut the route short on the outside, and unfortunately ran out of time. But then there in the second half, that last drive, we held it for about 10 minutes, I think, and just on first down, we tossed it out there, and we kind of got knocked back at guard, trying to pull around and get on the second level, and didn't do a great job on the perimeter, and we took a tackle for loss, and then ran a different play to the left on second down and took another tackle for loss, and then on third down, we had a timeout. We talked about the protection, and just they played a defense that they hadn't played all year. I mean, it's really not what we practiced against all week, and so we were surprised that they came on that defense. But that's the defense that our defense runs. So we've got a lot of reps banked against the 3-4 defense, and I think that's why our guys were able to execute and do that effectively enough. But they made a couple plays there, and then we just frankly just messed up the protection a little bit on that third down where the ball got intercepted. He got hit as he was throwing it, and should have been a lot more solid there. And it happens, but I felt like we needed to try to get, again, we're at the 35-yard line. It had been a 52-yard field goal. We needed to gain 5 yards, and we would like to have gained about 10 and just had the ball there where we had a little shorter field goal, and unfortunately it got picked off. Defense did a great job stopping them. We took it to overtime, and we saw the overtime, just weren't able to finish.
Coach, you were able in the first half and in the second half run 2 16-yard drives and a 19-yard drive against an Oklahoma team that probably doesn't see anything like that during the course of the year. It seemed like your offensive line was able to make plays and open holes for the running backs, especially the fullbacks.
You said a 16-yard drive or 16-play drive?
2 16-play drives and a 19.
Yeah. I think that's probably a product or a byproduct of the offense. Just people don't face this offense very often, and you can prepare for it, but frankly it's just a bugger sometimes to try to defend. It's not easy for us, and we run the offense all spring and throughout fall camp, and it's not easy for our defense to transition and play one of the option teams that's on our schedule. So I think our guys were doing a really good job of blocking them up front and moving their team, which isn't easy to do. They're big inside, and that got the fullback going, and we got some good B-backs that run really hard, and then we had some plays where we were getting it tossed and getting them knocked down or at least shielded to get some plays on the perimeter and just mixing those in, and I thought Brent called a great game. I thought he had a terrific plan going in, and then we had to change on the run with the change of the defense. But our kids, that's again just I think speaks to the resiliency of this group. They didn't flinch. They just went out there and executed against a different defense than we played or practiced against all week, and I thought executed fairly well against a really good team.
Coach, what does it take to stop an Oklahoma team on the 1-yard line in their building? What does it take defensively to be able to do that?
A lot of will, a lot of heart, a lot of toughness, and playing really well fundamentally. Your pads down, your hands where they're supposed to be, in the gap where you're supposed to be, and that's what it takes. So I'm just proud of our guys for that goal line stance. Just it was a great effort.
Again, maturity of Kelvin Hopkins at quarterback, no turnovers, ran the outside plays, ran the pitch plays, showed toughness running the ball himself. Is he just gaining with each week?
That kid just played the 4th college football game of his career against the number 5 team in the country, and didn't back down. He played with a lot of poise and a lot of confidence, and I'm really proud of him. But we kind of saw that last year in the Temple game, stepping in there. He just again didn't flinch, and really proud of him. He made some really good plays tonight.
You contained Kyler Murray pretty well, just about as well as you probably could have. What was your game plan going in to contain him? And I mean, I guess what did you see out of him? Was it what you expected to see?
I thought he played a really good game, and he didn't get as many cracks at it as he normally does. So I didn't see the total number of plays. They had 40 plays on offense. That's probably way below their average. And what did he rush for? He rushed for 84 or 71 yards. We had a sack against him. So I mean, 7 carries and 71 yards. He averaged 10 yards a play. That's pretty good running back right there. And we think he is incredibly skilled. The run he had down the sideline, our sideline for the touchdown, that was a great run. That kid's a terrific player and an unbelievable athlete. I don't know if we contained him. You know, we made some plays and he made a bunch of plays. So he did a great job helping his football team win today.
Coach, concern had been going into a game like this, playing a big physical team, you might take injuries. I didn't see any injuries. The only one I saw was an Oklahoma player.
We probably got some guys nicked up or, you know, banged up. It's a physical football game. And when you're playing a team like that and there's a lot of collisions, there's going to be some bumps and bruises. I don't know of any that were real serious. Our trainers didn't come to me during the game with anything. But we'll see how they're feeling now after the game, and especially when we get back tomorrow and we really got a chance to assess that. Hopefully we're in pretty good shape. We're going to need to be. We're playing another undefeated team. This will be our 5th game in a year. Every team we've played so far has been undefeated. I include Duke in that because they were 0-0 coming in. So, but every team has been undefeated. Liberty was 1-0, and Hawaii was 3-0, and these guys were 3-0, and Buffalo's 4-0. So, you know, we've had our challenges against some really good teams, and this is going to be a challenge. Again, they beat the stuffings out of Rutgers today, so I know they've got a good football team. We're going to have to recover and play a great game next week. We're going to have a chance to win.
Coach, you feel like this is a game you can build off of?
Sure. I think when you can play toe-to-toe with the number 5 team in the country, it tells you that if you play as well as you're capable of playing, you probably got a chance to beat just about anybody.
Thank you.